Right now we're seeing 30s in portions of mid-Michigan, but the 40s are just to our south, followed by the 50s. And as we warm up, we're going to see more rain. Rain chances are spread out across the Midwest this morning, heavier over in Illinois, and that's going to move towards us, giving us these gaps where it's dry and gaps where it's going to be much heavier. Now all of this goes into another system that will ramp up our wind in mid-Michigan, so there's a lot for me to talk about. We'll do just that as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
Tonight, President Donald Trump will deliver his first address in front of a joint session of Congress since being re-elected. Good morning, Mid-Michigan. It's Tuesday, March 4th. I'm Jorma Duran.
And I'm Megan Vaselli. Thank you so much for joining us.
6 News is here for you now at this morning's top stories. President Trump says he's ready to talk to the public before a joint session of Congress.
The president said on social media that he'll, quote, tell it like it is, and he plans to discuss several topics, including the economy, immigration, and Ukraine.
Natalie Brand is here for you now on what to expect from Washington.
Weeks into a whirlwind second term in office, President Trump will address Congress and the country with the economy in focus. It comes on the day 25% tariffs went in effect overnight on the nation's two biggest trading partners, Canada and Mexico.
It's a very powerful weapon.
U.S. stocks slid sharply Monday, with economists warning that the price of everything from food to lumber to new cars could go up.
There is little doubt that consumers will feel the pain of this.
Yesterday, the president teased he'll also discuss Ukraine, days after his Oval Office clash with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
You don't have the cards.
CBS News has confirmed the White House has paused military aid to Ukraine, even as President Trump pushes for a peace deal with Russia and an economic agreement to mine Ukraine's earth minerals.
I think everybody has to get into a room, so to speak, and we have to make a deal.
President Trump's domestic agenda is expected to be front and center tonight, including stepped-up immigration enforcement and sweeping efforts to shrink the size of the federal government. White House officials say billionaire Elon Musk will be among the guests in the room amid growing anger over mass federal worker firings and cuts advocated through the Department of Government Efficiency.
When did Elon Musk get the power?
Several congressional Democrats say they're split over whether or not to attend. Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin will deliver their party's formal response. Natalie Brand, CBS News.
Like Natalie just mentioned, Michigan U.S. Senator Alyssa Slotkin will deliver the Democratic response to President Trump's joint address. She plans to bring a guest who can highlight some of the concerns her constituents have about the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE. Andrew Lennox will join Senator Slotkin tonight. He lives in Livingston County and served in the Marines for 10 years before working with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs in Ann Arbor. But he says last month he got an email from DOGE telling him he's out of a job due to performance-based reasons.
He was fired for performance without even having a performance evaluation, and I found out as I'm talking to some colleagues that this happened to, they had gotten the exact same copy and pasted email across our department, different agencies.
This comes as DOGE terminated thousands of federal workers around the country. In a press release, the VA said it had to dismiss more than 1,000 probationary employees, which will save the agency $98 million a year.
We're here for you this morning with new details involving the Dee Warner murder case. Her stepson is now charged with crimes connected to her death. Jaron Warner is now facing charges of tampering with evidence and accessory after the fact to a felony. His father, Dale Warner, will stand trial September 2nd for the murder of Dee Warner, along with a charge of tampering with evidence. Dee Warner went missing in 2021, and her body was finally found last year on property owned by her former husband, who was arrested and charged with murder shortly after.
The trial will continue later this morning for the woman accused of driving drunk and causing the deadly boat club crash in Monroe County. The jury was seated yesterday during the first day of Marcella Chidester's trial. She's accused of being drunk and crashing into Swan Boat Club last April. The crash killed 2 young siblings and hurt many others. Jurors heard opening statements and testimonies yesterday, which are expected to resume at 8 o'clock this morning. Stay with 6 News for updates.
The Michigan State Police is now predicting an uptick in road rage due to orange barrels and cones increasing across Michigan. Authorities say road work can frustrate drivers, and many times it can lead to conflict between motorists. So MSP is now sending out a warning to all drivers. Troopers say if a situation is escalating, it's best to get off at the next exit or even just stop to let the other driver pass. But if things are getting dangerous, like someone brandishing a weapon, call 911, tell them you have a problem with the motorist, and provide information like the color and kind of car that person is driving.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
There's water on the lens of the Capitol camera this morning and water all over the roads. We're seeing rain continue through the morning hours. Next, it'll be in the afternoon, seeing even more for this evening. At least by then, though, temperatures will be warmer. This morning, temperatures are starting out in the mid to upper 30s. Still warm enough that it's rain instead of snow, but with a wind of around 5 to 10 miles an hour, makes it feel like it's down near or below freezing. That wind chill 31 right now in Lansing, 29 in Ionia. It's a cool, damp start to the day. The heaviest rain is right over Jackson and Hillsdale at the moment. That's going to continue to move north and east. So places like Ann Arbor and Howell also going to be seeing that here shortly. Now there is dry air to the west, so we're getting a pocket where it'll dry up, but then it's going to return throughout the day. So chances for rain are all across the area. Pepper has the right idea, just staying inside. Red paws are expected for the morning through the evening and overnight tonight. And if you have any pets that don't like the sound of thunder, there is a chance that you could hear a rumble or two tonight as the heaviest of the system moves through. Now it's with milder temperatures, getting close to the 50s by the afternoon, but 50s and rain still isn't great.
Yeah, it's weird, right? I said earlier, there's always a catch. It's 50, but it's raining.
Yep, every
and
time.
50 and 40-degree rain, not fun rain.
No, and then you mix in the wind and you're just like, what is this?
Yeah, oh well. Well, this will cheer us up. It's Fat Tuesday, and that means bakeries are getting ready to sell thousands of punchki.
One of my favorites, and 6 News digital reporter Dalen Huff is at Groovy Donuts in East Lansing this morning to tell us how they're preparing for the biggest pastry day in the Midwest. We'll check in with her right after the break.